Blitz. So we can start off with doing some Blitz games. Let me just set up the just to make sure the stream is going on. Yep, here we are. Just to make sure the stream is going on. Yep, here we are. All right, that's cool. Let's see. We can start by doing Blitz. Let's see. All right. G6, bishop G7, D4, modern. Okay, they play early H4. So here, white is playing very fast, and that's interesting. In general, that's very interesting. Let's take and play E5. Hit both bishop and the knight, which is very interesting at this point. All right. He gives the check. So if I go C6, there'll be knight takes and takes, so it's not great. But if there's bishop D7, there might be knight F5, so probably king F8 has to be played overall to make sure the things are doing fine in general. Otherwise, the problems might happen. So that's why this is very important to be careful about. Let's see here. What can we do? All right, they take. So it's possible to take, also play C6. First maybe, hit the bishop. There's also queen G5 in some lines. Okay, queen G5 was very tempting anyway. I haven't decided to play on that then, so I'll play that right now. All right. It seems pretty strong. There's some development here available. All right, I can take on G2 when he has long castling. So it doesn't look pretty working out yet. All right, let's go. Let's go here. Can take, I can take. Which will be a question because of this sacrifice. It will be a little bit questionable overall, but all right, let's see. Yeah, my opponent went E5. That's a very strong move in general. Because prepares knight E4. Let's take on H5. This is a way to also defend the pawn on F7. So now he can push. I can play knight F6. And we'll keep going on. All right, he's just stopping this check. So that's the entire point. I can still do queen E7 stuff. Let's go here. Stopping this. Oh, okay. He's kind of putting more pressure. Let's go here. Is this really a threat? I'm not sure. I guess I have knight A6, which will defend the position more or less. More likely. Alright. This has to be done. This is at least not hanging. So this pawn is now kind of weak. My opponent needs to be careful. Okay, let's move outside of the road. Bishop E4. I didn't saw that. I haven't seen that move. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, if he takes, there's F5, so that's interesting. All right. Yeah. Great game by my opponent though. Great game in general. He wants a rematch. Sure. Let's go with the knight c3. Take the pawn on e4. Alright, bishop g5 here. Hit the pin. Knight e4. Takes. Develops. So this is all standard theory, more or less. In standard theory, black is doing... White is doing more or less alright. But it's a very deep theory. Here queen e2. The point is simple, I would like to play rook d1. Also rook b1 can be the move. Rook d1 is alternative. I'll probably just take to stop all of these. Rook e1 doesn't seem to be working. Let's go here. I think he made a little mistake by doing this directly. Alright. Let's go rook f d1. Queen e4 is interesting. Yeah, queen e4 seems like a very cool move. Yeah, he did. So what happened here is that he successfully traded the queens. And right here, we just have the position which is double-edged. So both players can either make a win. And this is something which is just making a difference overall. Let's go with the check. F3. Defend. His king is in a complicated situation. He can run though. He can run as well. Maybe 92 now. So, basically I have to take, alright. That wasn't... I'm not happy with that. But anyway, it's a part of the problem which happens. So he can take here. What about pushing? Is that too slow? Yeah, seems very slow. So if rook b3, a4 is a problem. Maybe rook a7. Here rook e6, try to get the activity. But my opponent is actually winning. Yeah, he's actually completely winning. Alright. Great by him. Okay, let's go here. Maybe c5. Let's try to take here. All right, let's go rook f8. Well, this is very tough game though. Very tough game, but I'm trying to survive, which is good. I'm trying at least, and that's good. But the question will be, is there enough to survive here? Alright, there's queen d7. That feels good, because if he takes, there's 92 fork at the end. So I think it puts my opponent into question. He has to be careful about what to do, and that's not very simple for him. So yeah, now we will take. Alright. This is a problem that he is currently facing, more or less. Let's go with this. So he can get the open file though. Okay, let's switch. Alright. That's alright. King d6 as an idea. Alright, he defends. Let's go up. So rook b2 would be the idea if he would move the knight as well. So we will see. Go here, maybe give the check. Most importantly, my opponent doesn't have a counterplay. So I may be finally winning this game. But we still can't prove it completely. It has to be done till the end. Alright, he gives me to take that one. But that one, does he really matters? What is even the point of this move? Let's go g4. I just wanna play I'm threatening bishop g5. Okay, this rook now remains pretty much suspicious. So now rook h3. Alright. Let's go here. King f5. He doesn't have a threat. Bishop g5. Keep improving. Let's go here and rook h2. Now I can even trade, yeah. That's very good simplification. Oh, wow. Alright. That wasn't very strong. Still, despite that, black should be winning. Because of the everything going on. Alright, here. Let's go here. Let's go for this. That was very close. That was very close though. I deserve to win, but I mean, overcomplicated the stuff. Okay, let's go with the Nimzowitsch-Larsen attack. 1b3. Maybe g3, bishop g2. Yeah, now he can take. Knight f3. Short castle next, and I want to play safe. Okay, knight g4. Is that a free pawn? It seems like it wasn't a free pawn, but now it's unclear. Okay, let's go back, I guess. If he does d4, I can go back. So that should be somehow alright, I would say. Let's go here. There's e3 available. After d3, there's e3. So, well, he should be saving himself, more or less. I would say so. Hello, hello, welcome on YouTube. How are you doing, guys? All right. Let's see here. e3. My opponent found a very good resources here, I have to admit that as well. All right. Let's go. He's about to take here, that's a problem. Just trying to defend from here. Go for this. Tough. However, my opponent has his own weaknesses, so he needs to be careful on his own. Has knight d4. He founded that. What a move. A brilliant. Brilliant, really. Now knight f3. Yup. Knight b5 was solution, but... Okay, rook b5 seems also interesting. I mean, he's winning, obviously, but... I'm still doing a bit of fighting. Let's see. Sure, knight b5 maybe. The queen is hanging. Alright. Yeah. My opponent just putted me in huge issues. Let's keep going. G6, bishop G7. Yeah, now we got into normal Sicilian lines. I mean, it's like a modern as well. Okay, he does that. Let's take here. Develop. Castling. I guess it's fine, but it's a question. Let's go A6. I might go for B5. Not completely sure, but might be the case. Let's go here. Let's go here as well. Yeah, this bishop is problematic. Okay, so what is the plan? Close everything off. Try to close everything off. My opponent, he has a very good advantage with everything going on. I can take, but that doesn't feel best. Let's go here. That bishop is dangerous. This one isn't. Alright, I'll eliminate that one. Queen e7 maybe. Okay, those are hopes. Alright. I might have a chances in this endgame to be more free to do some stuff. Keep it defensible. Alright, he's threatening to push. Take. No, it doesn't feel like that. Yeah, this is a little bit... It's difficult, but it's not impossible. Alright, why did that? Yeah, that wasn't good. Let's go here. Barely trying to survive this. It's tough, but not impossible. Alright. He'll try to push. Squeezing me down completely. Wow. That was interesting. Okay, I'm trying a different approach. Little bit different opening. Try this. I want to keep it solid. I would like to keep that solid if it's possible. But we are just about to see what is going to happen. Okay, let's open up. All right, here. Well, my pawn structure. Yeah, very bad now. Very bad. Okay, let's go a6. Try to get a space. Get the bishop in the game. Yeah, he's doing a great job actually. That's a problem. Okay, let's focus, focus, focus. Focus, let's go knight f3. I might go e3 and maybe push d4. Okay, let's first place a3. So he has to be careful. Now I can play d4. He will take, I will take. And we will see what will be going on here. Alright, I can take as well. Alright. Let's go here. Keep it solid. Just want to make sure to not blunder. Let's keep it solid. Short castle, long castles, I mean. Okay, let's go here. So there are ideas such as bishop c3, knight g5, hitting the pawn on f7. All of that can cause serious trouble to my opponent. Now maybe let's go, alright, no, now let's go here, maybe c5 as well. If he takes, I have bishop c4. If he doesn't, that's what leads to this. Anyway, his pawn structure is now ruined. So that's a good sign for the white position. Let's develop. So on bishop e3, I can also trade the bishops by going bishop c2, because that bishop is kinda more or less powerful. Let's go here. Alright, let's move back. I should have played back a little bit, but it's fine. Let's go h4. So just want to make sure to not blunder. Just want to make sure to not blunder. That's the entire point. Don't blunder. That's the entire point. Don't blunder. Because if I blunder, that's already going to cost me a lot. So just don't blunder. Okay, let's go here. I might be able to take and play knight f6. Or first of all, let's go back. Now there are some other knight rotations which are available. Okay, let's go back. Let's take here. Bishop c3 right now. I think it's fine for white. Alright, bishop c3. He can take. I mean, he can target the b3 bishop. b3 rook with his bishop. So I think but white is doing alright after that. Overall. 6-1, yeah. Yeah, 6-1. That's very bad. Okay, let's go here. Knight f4. You're hitting the pawn on g6. So now black has to be careful about what is he gonna be doing. Okay, let's trade this rook. Either he's powerful. Let's see. Alright. Well, what are the plans? Let's slowly improve. g3. Let's take, go back. Bishop d4 might be the thing. Okay, let's go here. King c3. No, I don't want to make a draw. Because I don't want to make a draw, I'll make it to the losing point. And that's not great. Alright, this knight is kinda... Yeah, he's kinda trapped. Alright, my opponent is dominating me. Let's go here. Give the check. Alright, it's losing. Still. Yeah, 7-1 for my opponent. 7-1. I agree. That's horrible. That's pretty insane. That's pretty insane though. But let's not give up. Let's give the check. Go here. Let's go back. Can do b6 either. Now the point is to develop and to be more or less alright. I mean, after developing, so we're now gonna see, well, what is the thing in general. So he's preparing a lot of the new stuff here. Alright, I can... Bishop g7 is fine. Let's go here. Well, I'm already more seriously versed, but not a big deal, I guess. It's going on. So my opponent, he needs to be careful about figuring out what he can do. So that is currently the case as well. So we'll see right now. He goes knight b5. Alright, let's go queen e5. Let's centralize. Let's take here. He needs to take. I can take. Or I can chill by doing long castling. There's knight f7, queen f5. Yeah, this is a big question though. Still fighting. Rook c1. Alright, he can take, yep. I still have this check available. Which is giving little hopes in the position, but... Alright. Let's go for this. Yeah, he could have been captured that pawn, but he decided to not do that, which kind of surprised me. Because that was obviously a free pawn. But obviously he's much better player in today's match. So whatever I say doesn't have the strong altitude as my opponent is actually going for, because he's much stronger. That's a fact. I mean, today he's much stronger. Overall, it doesn't mean that he's much stronger. But today I'm not in the mode. That's how it seems like at the beginning. Alright. Let's push. Alright, let's push. He has many standard ways to win this game and regularly create an issues for white. Alright, he goes here. Let's go here. Yep. Let's go there. I hope that he blunders by doing rook b8, I don't know. But he will not. Okay, rook a2. Yep. Knight f7. True. King f8, let's go. Bishop d4 here. All right, guys. Thank you for being on this short stream.